You're doing good. Coming to you quarter after 11 Central Standard Time. I'm taking a break from trading. Wanted to just share some insights and some DeFi tips that people have been asking about pretty frequently, and hopefully coming to you in a video format will be useful. Just so much rapid development that's going on in the DeFi ecosystem on Fantom, Avalanche, that people don't know where to start. People get lost, and I think it's important to share what I've learned and gleaned and where I think things are going, so that you don't make some of the mistakes I have. So, without any further ado, if you have any questions, this is literally just designed to be a resource. I am going to share my screen here. I made some notes here. So what I want to cover first and foremost, wallets. People don't seem to understand the concept of wallet very easily. So when you trade on Coinbase in crypto, so this is going to be big, I'm going to try to cover it all. But you have what's called an EOA, an externally owned account. That's what your wallet is. So DeFi, or decentralized finance, comes from you having full custody of that. And what most people use is MetaMask. So like, instead of Coinbase being your, like, similar to your bank account where they have complete custody, you have MetaMask. So if you can see on my screen here, I've got right here, let's see, a wallet pulled up, a demo wallet that's got, well, actually, could you type in, if you don't mind, if I'm sharing the whole trading view screen, or what you can see or can't see. You got to get your MetaMask, which is your non-custodial wallet. Never, ever, ever write down your seed phrase on your computer. Don't take a screenshot of it. Don't it cannot be overstated the importance of security in DeFi, and people do not understand this. It's like, if you lose that, it's like dropping a bar of gold in the ocean. That's your odds of getting it back. Not going to happen. So what you need to do is write them down literally on a piece of paper, or using a backup phrase to protect your accounts, or create a bunch of them. Like, I've got quite a few. So that is how you interact with these decentralized protocols, which they're really nothing more than smart contracts, and you interact with them through signing transactions with your private key that you control through your wallet. That's all a blockchain transaction is. It's a cryptographic instruction that you sign that updates the state of the blockchain. That's it. It's a transaction. So I wanted to hone in quickly on trading, because everybody's freaking out right now with the sell-offs. And so hopefully you can pull up my chart, or see the Ethereum chart here. A couple of things that are important to understand when you're trading. So there's a lot, right? You can be a momentum trader. You can use just technicals. You can trade fundamentals. I'm an amalgam of kind of everything. But if you want to succeed, you have to have a clear vision for either what you're doing or what you're attempting to do, and be consistent and disciplined about it. Otherwise, you're not going to get better. And that's the most important part, is that you continually get better. When I look at where I was even just months ago, I'm so much better. But there's two different tools you can indicators. So this is a software. This is called TradingView. I really like it. I pay for the service. There's other great charting platforms too, but and then these are candles based, so different time intervals. That, like, it's kind of a confusing concept actually at first, but oops, can you see still? Oh. wanted. Sorry, bear with me here. I want to share. I want to share my trading view screen. Okay, here we go. So now it should be pulled up. So this is probably helpful because once you've got a wallet, once you've got assets in a wallet, you're going to want to connect to probably not Ethereum. Well, Ethereum, but then Fantom or Avalanche, because that's where all the action is right now in terms of a layer one solution. Avalanche, C-Chain, subnets, extremely bullish myself on that, as well as Fantom because of its unique consensus mechanism. Don't worry about that at all. Just worry about that they have low costs and they're very fast. Using Ethereum is a terrible user experience right now. Hopefully that improves. But until then, you've got these other two solutions. And then when you're actually trying to figure out how to trade an asset, you have to pick, are you going to invest and hold? Are you going to trade for the short term? How do you identify what is actually good and what's not? And unfortunately, people go to YouTube or places like this for information. And 99% of the people that are sharing stuff on here really maybe are well-intentioned, but really don't know what they're talking about. Otherwise, why would they be there? I don't have time for this as much as I'd like to. This is fun. I like sharing. I like educating, but I'm trading all day. So take everything with a grain of salt. Whoever's telling you anything on any public forum, do your own research. That is the important thing. You have to make your own decisions. But so first thing I like to do is try to understand where you are in a cycle. Everything is cyclical. So what I mean by that is, well, I guess the whole universe, right? Nature, everything works in cycles, but especially markets. So if you want to zoom out, say, let's look on the weekly to Ethereum. And what I like to do, keep things simple, is understand. So this is the MACD, the moving average convergence buying and selling pressure. This bottom bar here. And then if I turn on this indicator, I use this just as a guide. But a weekly time interval gives you a pretty good idea of where things, are we going this way? Are we going this way? And then you can trade within cycles within that cycle, if that makes sense. You can even go farther, right? Like over month over month, right? Ethereum, DeFi, it just keeps unraveling. But obviously, for active traders, I'm doing things on much shorter time frames. So, but it's important to have that vision to understand: are you in a bull or a bear market, so that kind of the general trend of where things are headed and how to prepare. Let's just do a quick example of how I would enter a trade or not on Ethereum. I really like the 15-minute. Oh, and then if you're using a charting tool, you just hit log. Disconnected. Oops, sorry about that. That's my speaker there. That makes your chart look nice. And then this buy sell thing, I don't always listen to it. You can have it on or not. Some people like just looking at the candles. Some people it's a helpful guide. This line is for a moving averages, but don't worry about that. But basically, what I see right here on the 15-minute candles is so I'm zooming out now. See, here's time on the x-axis. We're probably gonna range here for a while, and then go down a little further would be my view of this. And the reason I say that is you start to notice patterns over time. Again, look at these waves within the waves within the waves on the 30-minute. Let's zoom out a little further. That looks identical. On the 1 hour, we took a steep dive last night, and then the 4 hour and then it's just a cent, and when you go, typically what happens in any market, if you're looking at the technicals, if you go up too fast, it doesn't matter how good of a protocol or utility something brings to the world, it doesn't. If you climb too fast, there will be a steep and painful decline. It's the way markets work, and that's what we're experiencing right now. So, as people are freaking out about, Ethereum crashing and Bitcoin crashing, don't. It would be my opinion personally, but because look, this is the daily chart, right, with candles, and again, candles are intervals of time. So this is one day, each one, and if you see this trend, here's where we crossed over the 50-day moving average and the 180-day moving average, which is a very, very bullish sign. Stayed above it the whole time, and then boom, fell off, and it's been tough since. But I think, like I said, I think we'll range around here, and then probably continue the climb upwards, because the Ethereum is at the center of DeFi. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, and Curve, Convex. Those are kind of really in my opinion, the only truly established crypto assets that exist. And then you've got Fantom and Avalanche, which I'm huge fans of. Fantom for instant finality, the Lachesis, however you pronounce it, ABFT consensus mechanism. It's what makes it work so great. It actually doesn't look too bad right now, but again, if you'll notice, you'll see a similar pattern. You don't want to fight. You don't want to fight the trend. Is kind of what a common saying. This looks like, I would not be surprised if we go down to $1.50. Yeah, and I'm a huge bull on Fantom. I kind of hope we've hit support. Support is where there's a lot of buyers that will keep a price supported, and then resistance is another thing that people talk about a lot, where you're trading in a channel, and resistance is it's hard to break through because you've got a lot of sellers at that point. Let's look at Avalanche. So Avalanche is much more interesting because it's kind of been on fire. And I've been trading this, actually keeping a close eye on this. I would not be surprised to see another big run up in Avalanche, even tomorrow. And then Curve, of course, is like the center of DeFi. This is just going to be in an ever ascending ascent, in my opinion. But sorry, enough time on charts. Learning how to read a chart and how to get an intuitive feel for it is something that you got to ask yourself, is this something that I want to spend time on or not? Because if not, I would probably suggest that don't go halvesies on it. You're either going to be fully vested on your ability to use these things like indicators in the way you trade, or just accept that that's not for you, because you're going to fail, because the people you're trading against are going to be way, way, way more knowledgeable and just way ahead of you. So let me, oops, my mouse just froze on me here. Hold on. But as long as I've got Curve up here, you see these nice, for me, I really like to trade on momentum. And so like right here on this 15-minute candle, this was the easiest trade of my life today. Or not my life, but okay, when you see this much buying pressure coming into something, it's like, okay, open up a position. What do we have here? 15% gain. Oops. But and that was just a short-term thing. This was like earlier today. This was like at noon, or but again, so sorry, dragging on the charts here. I actually wasn't that big on TA until I started to understand how to incorporate it into fundamental analysis, which is really what I'd say my strength is researching the markets and understanding protocols on a deep level. Okay, now we are in business to do some DeFi fun, and I've got all these tabs loaded. I've got my demo account, should have 3 Fantom already preloaded. So you'd be surprised what you can do with 3 Fantom. And then I also loaded, I think, Avalanche in this one. Oh, 0.04 AVAX. So we'll see what we can do on Avalanche. But so, okay, let's go to the first place. There's top 2 dexes on Fantom and our Spirit Swap and Spooky Swap. So you notice the first thing that happened here is you got to switch networks. So your MetaMask wallet, that's that externally owned account. It's the thing that you control, have the private key for. It's this little fox that is an extension in your browser. They also have a mobile application and this is a browser extension that connects your wallet to the protocol that you're interacting with. And again, this is like a UI. So this UI that we're looking at right here, really, it's nothing but a set of smart contracts that live behind the scenes that you're interacting with. But it's dressed up and built in the front end and to look nice and to work smooth. And but it's important that you understand that. So also wanted to show you here just some like tips and tricks. People, so many people get phished and hacked, unfortunately. It's just the nature of crypto right now. You have to be careful. So you see this connected thing. You can, I don't know why I have so many accounts connected to this, but here's the one we're on right now. You can disconnect at any point from a protocol. Like if you think it's shady or something, or there's something that you clicked and you want to get off, disconnect your account immediately. I've had to do that multiple times just out of precaution. But so, and then the other thing you have to know is once you're loaded, whoops, not Yearn here. I want to go to chain list. So all these different blockchain networks, they have different configurations that you need to, this isn't, here we want this. Okay. So there we go. So now I'm connected with the wallet, and they've all got these different chain IDs. They've got different RPC configurations, remote procedure call is what it stands for. And look at all these different blockchains that you can connect to, right? How are you going to get the signal through the noise? Like what matters, what doesn't? Well, thankfully, I'm telling you right now that, again, it's my opinion, all you need to worry about is this one right here, Fantom. Add to MetaMask. I already have it, so I don't need to, but you would click this, a prompt would come up, you'd authorize it, and then you'd be able to trade on that network. And then Avalanche, which I believe is chain ID 43114, excuse me, this one. So you'd add to MetaMask. Those two, you're ready to go. And then Ethereum mainnet is chain ID 1, and then, but like, here's these other ones. There's Binance, there's these are all EVM compatible chains too. Ethereum virtual machine you might hear bounced around. And again, just dropping a bunch of information here just to hopefully somebody who is looking for this. You're going to hear the word EVM thrown around a lot. It's Ethereum virtual machine compatible. What that means is that these contracts, smart contracts, the things that are eradicating the need for a bank, right? In this language called Solidity, Viper, Solidity. And if a chain is EVM compatible, basically, you can take your DApp, your decentralized application, and deploy it or integrate it on that chain very easily. And that's why, like, you'll see Curve Finance, for instance. Like, let's go to curve.fi. They are on Ethereum. They are on Avalanche. They are on Fantom. But we don't want to be on Ethereum right now. That's how they do it. But like, so Solana maybe is one you've heard of, or another one you've heard of. So they're different, actually. So Solana is written in Rust, which is a different programming language entirely. I know Anatoly's the founder of Solana, says it's not that different, but I think it is, which makes it more difficult to integrate. And then Luna is built on the Cosmos SDK. So just, again, a different set of standards. But there is a lot of inter-blockchain communication going on. The future is very multi-chain, that's for sure. But right now, like I said, there's a couple clear winners in my mind. And Arbitrum is okay. It's buggy, and Fantom is what's up. So we're on Curve on Fantom now. So Curve is a liquidity pool, liquidity exchange, where people go to exchange typically stablecoins. Very low slippage. So Curve on Fantom. And sorry, I'm kind of bouncing around here, but I want to make sure the chainlist.org is where you add the different websites. And then now I'm on Fantom. I've got my 3 here. And now let's do a first swap. So like, let's trade. Let's do a trade. So based on, let's say, let's look at what's going on right now. All right, 5 minutes on the Fantom. Okay, I want to see MACD. Let's even zoom in a little more. 1 minute. Okay, it appears to be. It's going to come down, in my opinion, again for about a second here, and then I think it'll shoot up a little bit. So yeah, well, I already own Fantom, so maybe that was a bad example. How about Curve on the 1 minute? This is where you can really have fun. Oh, this is a good entry right here. So let's trade for Curve. Curve. Here's how you add it to your wallet. So now it's in the Fox. I'm trading on a really short time frame, so I might have just missed my window, but I just want to show you how to do this. So 1 Fantom equals thinking. Come on. Usually Spooky Swap is very fast. So slippage is the amount that we're willing to lose to the trade. Minimum received. Price impact is negligible here because this is a very liquid market. The cost is 0.03 Fantom. So that's like, what, 10 cents or something. So compared to Ethereum, way better. So we are getting there is the transaction. All right, so we just got, let's wait for it to load. We just got some Curve. I think it's just lagging maybe because I'm streaming here. Okay, so we got 0.473 Curve, and then you can also compare that to USDC, like, okay, what is Curve going for right now in the open market? $4.01. And see, I was right. This is how this works. It's not rocket science. And I'm not right all the time, for sure. But it's about being right more than you're not by using probability and statistics. Like I said right here, oh, this is a great entry on the 1. Oh no, did I lose you? I just got an alert. Hopefully everything's still working. But shoot. Well, hopefully everything's still working. Says my connection was. But So yeah, so Curve just went up in value, so we could actually just really take. I mean, okay, actually, yeah, let's go like this. Let's and then when you sell something, you need to approve it the first time on a protocol. So 1 penny is what it costs. So not that bad of a deal. And there's also to make a profitable trade, this would actually probably have to go up to like, see, we're getting 99.99. Remember, we traded 1 because there's a little bit of difference, but so we have to give it a second. But the point I wanted to make was like, oh, there's a winner right away. But okay, maybe let's come back to that in a second, because it looks like this is going to might run for a little bit. 408, 409, we could sell that. So now we've got some Curve. Now let's say we wanted to provide liquidity for Curve and Fantom, because you can be a market maker in DeFi. That's what this liquidity thing is. People talk about LP tokens. What is an LP token, right? What is it? Liquidity provider token, liquidity provisioning. You are taking your liquidity that you own. So like, I own this asset Curve, this asset Fantom, and I can provide them to be traded on to make that market for somebody who wants to buy one of these. And then in return, you get LP tokens. Now, there's a downside to this, which is called impermanent loss. And it really does suck. A lot of people don't understand it. But first, let's go back and see if this is profitable yet. No, it's not. Whatever. Well, I guess technically it's because of costs, but you always got to factor your costs into. But had we done more, it should be that should be a winner already. But let's take the Curve and Fantom and load it up here. We are now providing liquidity on Spooky Swap. You sign it in your MetaMask, and in exchange, those LP tokens will become available, and then you can go and do whatever you want with them. So what should we do with the LP tokens? You can just sit, hold them, collect fees. That's typically not the smartest thing, though, because what you can do is this thing called yield farming. And yield farming is none other than think of it like a dividend. I don't know where the word yield farming came from. It's native to crypto, though. But so yeah, now we're on Spirit Swap, which I love too. Spirit Swap is a very great protocol. They're constantly innovating. This new UI is like literally brand new. This isn't even enabled yet. Ape mode. I don't know what that's going to be, but we could lend, borrow. Have a look at your portfolio. They are copying the Curve model, actually, the token we just traded into, as far as their tokenomics go, where you have a vote escrowed boost. So it's very interesting. Their TVL 180 million right now. Token price 15 cents. This was like 60 cents not that long ago. I'm very bullish on Spirit as well as Spooky, but let's so like, yeah, you could stake your Spirit for a long time. It's great. You can bond things. This is another important concept to maybe add to your to-do list to learn. It's kind of where the term DeFi 2.0 comes from, which is all about so Olympus DAO started this thing called protocol owned liquidity. And it's important because it almost puts a floor on the price. It doesn't, but it puts a strong floor on the price, as well as the direction of a protocol if you own a lot of the liquidity in your treasury. So what you can do is you can buy a bond from this Olympus Pro marketplace at a discount typically, And I don't think they are right now because, yeah, so like you probably wouldn't want to do this. But if these are positive ROI, you get a discount. These 4 protocols, Scream, which is a lending protocol, Liquid Driver, which is liquidity as a service protocol. These are all 4 on Fantom, Spirit, and Boo, the DEXs. Bullish on all of these. I was actually just messaging on Discord. Dr. Liquid seems like a very, very intelligent person, and I am very bullish on just Liquid Driver, everything they've done. Why don't we go to their site? And let's see, do they have? Well, you know what? Let's find out. I was going to say, do they have? Oh, Liquid Driver right there. Okay, let's go to Connect Wallet. Or okay, launch Liquid Driver. So we were in where do we put on liquidity on Spooky? So these farms, with Liquid Driver, you can do then is so back to the yield farming concept. You can take your LP tokens and you deposit them somewhere. So we did and get great returns. They don't have one. Scream FTM. This would be a good one actually. Or Boo FTM too. But so you get trading fees, and as well as you're going to get Liquid Driver. The other thing I'd suggest you look into is staking your Liquid Driver so it becomes XLQDR, and then you get to claim every single day, like an annuity almost, a bunch of tokens. So this is a great protocol, but for what we did, Curve and Fantom, they don't have anything for that right now. So let's go to what's another here, Terra, and we want to. I don't know why this. I must have been on this wallet. Earlier. So okay, so Taro, a protocol that is near and dear to my heart, has been getting destroyed price action wise. Tigress of Gaul, we need you, man. X Taro, can't come soon enough. This price up here was like $2 like 3 weeks ago. I'm not even not kidding. And the TVL, I want to say they breached 200 million too. So they've been hurting. Now this farming rate is still pretty incredible, but I know they have Curve. We supply Curve Fantom. So there is this is a leveraged yield farming protocol. And what we can do is see it found our Curve Fantom LP tokens that we got again from Spooky Swap after we exchanged them. And mind you, again, I'm doing all this with like $5. So you approve. You are now. So again, what are you doing right now with a MetaMask transaction? This is a you are signing with your private key. It's a cryptographic instruction that will change the state of the blockchain. In this case, Fantom Opera mainnet. And what you're doing is approving these smart contracts, this protocol, to use said assets. Simple as that, or as complicated as that. Okay, now we go max deposit, and this is kind of fun actually for me to walk through this stuff because it's like this is what I'm doing all day long. Jumping from protocol to protocol and trying to find basically trying to find an edge somewhere, right? Like who's coming out with the best new thing. So what's important to note right away, look at the current APR estimates. So That's pretty good, right? 55%, all things considered. Are you getting that from your bank or your equity investments or your bonds, right? And probably not. And that's coming from Dex rewards, so Boo, ticker Boo, Spooky Swap, and then trading fees, that being a market maker, your LP tokens. And what you can do here, it's very interesting, is you can leverage your LP position, and your estimated APR would go to 233%, because you'd also be farming Taro, and you'd be getting that. To do that, you have to borrow, so it takes the cost into that. So let's not do that for now. Or why not? Let's just. But 6x leverage is a little aggressive. But then, so again, we're approving max leverage. You'd probably get liquidated pretty quick because you have to stay within bands. I got liquidated on here at the start of this protocol because I thought I kept picking winners, and I'm like, why is this happening? And because one asset kept going up, and I'd get out of a band, and then I learned that you have to stay within bands when you're leverage yield farming. So it's a very novel concept what they're doing, and it's what I'm still bullish on Taro. They just come up with something soon. So what we just did there, you have to approve, lots of approvals. But then you won't have to in the future. But now we're 5x leveraging with 2% slippage. We're getting these things. And now what we'll see here actually is the APR will go up pretty substantially. And then farming has been activated. So 181% is the estimate. So not bad, right? Not bad at all. 181%. And again, we did this with such a low amount that this would start to accumulate rapidly. But you'll see here these liquidation prices. If it goes outside these boundaries, TWAP price, this is time weighted average price that they get from an oracle every 20 minutes, I believe. This is how you know to not get liquidated. Red is generally bad. So like if you left this, you'd probably get liquidated. But how are we on time? Sorry, going through. Let's spend a couple more minutes. So to recap, again, we talked wallets, security. Can't emphasize that enough. There are plenty of other decent wallets too, but to be quite honest, just use MetaMask. It would be my suggestion if you're new to this, trying to learn or even advance. It's they can improve on a lot of things, but MetaMask is very useful. Make sure that you keep the security of your seed phrase of the utmost importance. Never reveal that to anyone. There will be people that ask for it, they need it. Never, ever reveal it for any reason, ever. Just don't. And then, so what we did, remember, then we added other networks to the MetaMask so that you can switch between networks, because like a trade on Ethereum, if we were to go back, let's go back to Ethereum right now and do a trade. So we're switching back to Ethereum and mainnet, and say we wanted to trade well, anything. Okay, so the exchange fee, $129 is what I'm quoted right now. It's like, come on, this is insane. And there's so many smart people working on solving this, and the amount of money that I've had to waste personally on Ethereum fees is just painful. But that's why I try to avoid it at all costs, unless like there's an abracadabra pool that's really, really, really good using convex and curve. So I went to Ethereum for that. But other than that, I try to steer clear from it because it's just foolish. But I've been like showcasing Fantom, which I love, but Avalanche. Avalanche is fantastic too. Trader Joe. So this is a DEX, decentralized exchange, that is built on top of Avalanche, the C chain. And there is our little AVAX that we saw. And why do I have... Oh, this is weird. It's connected. I must have been on doing something else here. I'm on a different browser even than usual, so I must have had this while here. So I need to log or change address again. Hold on. This one. This is the one we want. Yep. Okay, so here's the one I set up for. So so again, very little cost. Like the fact that you can do transactions, with 0.04 of an AVAX. Let's get some Trader Joe. So we're going to get a third of Trader Joe. And that's the actual token for this protocol, for this DEX. And then what you can do with it, very much like Spooky Swap, you can pool, so you can be a market maker, provide liquidity, and get trading fees. And this is like, what your APR would be if you just left it in there. Look at that. Magic Internet Money, AVAX, that's pretty impressive. Swap just went through, so we just swapped 0.01 AVAX for a third of a Joe. They have lending now incorporated too, which is pretty interesting. You can also stake. So this is kind of like that component of yield farming. You can also choose to stake tokens. And what staking does is 12 cents for this transaction. So Avalanche is a little bit more expensive. It is. Not much though. When you compare it to $129 versus 3 cents versus 12 cents, it kind of becomes irrelevant, right? But what staking does, what Trader Joe does, they take their fees, or a portion of their fees every day, and they buy back Joe tokens on the open market, thereby essentially continually compounding the value. So so if you have a Joe token staked, 1x Joe continually goes up over time. So this was actually like, just recently, I think it was like 1.13. I could be wrong, but it's I've watched it go up, and it will continue to. And the reason why is because if we take a look at their analytics, which is a very important place to do research, here's what I like to look at. So, okay, here's where we are. Look at the dates. This is for staked Trader Joe. Look at the fees. Okay, that is a very good sign. And then look at the XJoe supply, continually going up. Now, it's bullish. It's bullish to me, right? I'm bullish on this platform. I'm bullish on Avalanche. They've done a great job of building a community, which is something you can't really quantify, but it's very important nonetheless when you are trying to decipher is going to do well. Horizon, how long you plan to stay in, some tolerance for risk, and what you're trying to achieve. But when you're clear on those things, making your investment or your choices on what you're going to trade become much easier. Now, Joe is not on trading, unfortunately, but it is. But they do have a chart for it here on CoinGecko. So just again, showing more resources. How do we feel about Trader Joe? We feel good about Trader Joe. How can you not like Joe? But so it actually has kind of taken a beating today. A lot of volume, very bullish on it. Looks like, yeah, CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap are kind of where you can go. Probably the two primary places to get like price updates. Nomics is also good. Live Coin Watch is also good. But this charting feature is pretty useful. And maybe I can wrap it there unless there's any questions. I never really looked at the chat. Doesn't look like there's anything, or at least I don't have any way to see it. So hopefully this is helpful to anybody who's trying to do DeFi. I want to make sure I got through everything here on my notes. Oh, yeah. The other big thing is, like I said, this is me taking a break. I'm about to hop back into my trading den and put on full speed ahead. But is DeFi like dead or done? Is a question I get a lot. And let me come back here. So it should be just me now, maybe, hopefully. But no, DeFi is just beginning, and you've missed, like, if you're here now, you've missed, sure, a lot of stuff that's happened. But when you understand that the market capitalization of digital assets or crypto is under 3 trillion, or right around 3 trillion, I think we're just there, maybe 2.5 now, whatever. That is pebbles in the basket of value that is going to be consumed by blockchain. Blockchain is eating the world. It will continue, and it cannot be stopped, in my opinion. I said this over a year ago, I think, when I was on a live stream with some smart people. The tokenization of the world. That is what is happening with Web3, and it's like the internet, in 1999. People I hear go, regulation's going to kill it, and it's like, I'm not really worried about that, because did regulation kill the internet? No, it grew too big too fast, and then if you don't embrace it, well, that's just foolish. And that's how I feel that regulators are starting to understand about crypto. Is it's already attracted the brightest minds, and they understand what's at stake. And it's not, again, in my opinion, there may be roadblocks, but there's people already running for office who are DeFi savvy, who understand the importance of what decentralization can do for our society. And so that's why I'm so bullish on just crypto. It's important. It's the most important thing for our world, in my opinion. And then, of course, I love trading and programmatic trading, and learning to do that effectively, so that you can achieve financial independence and do whatever you love, whether that's trading or sitting on a beach and having a pina colada, whatever your thing you enjoy is. So put them in the whatever box. Keep your eyes out for Fantom ecosystem, Avalanche, Ethereum, of course. I'm incredibly bullish on, even though it's expensive. There's a lot of institutional capital coming into the space, and those fees don't really bother large funds too much. So very bullish on that. Also really like, Curve, Convex, Spell, Time, Ice, Spooky Swap, Spirit Swap, Liquid Driver, the ones we covered, Taro, Trader Joe, Avalanche. The list could go on and on. Yearn Finance, a huge fan of Yearn Finance. Everything under Christ. Daniele is the one who's leading like the Wonderland charge right now. I think he says he just gets on Twitter and just says, "Fuck the suits, fuck the VCs." And it's something I think that resonates with a lot of people, because and they've built this incredible community, and it resonates because so many people have been left behind in this crypto thing that was designed to democratize wealth distribution, and that's not happening on Ethereum right now. So we as a collective have to work together as a community to make sure that as many people are uplifted as possible. That's just the right thing to do for everyone. And then hopefully you trade your way safely and profitably throughout your journey in crypto. So I would encourage you to dive down the rabbit hole of crypto if any of this interests you. And then we do have some of my friends and traders are we're still in the crypto cave. People that I've met in crypto, and like Method, C Money, Trading Nickels, Hawk, Spirit Weaver, Fish. We're still in there trying to. We may do some revamping of that Discord community, so you could always come join us in there if you're trying to learn. It's where like serious traders talk and post charts and talk about stuff. We could potentially form a DAO. That was something that we were going to do, and then put that on hold. But yeah, more to come on that. But you have to just keep learning is the bottom line. So with that note, gone for about 50 minutes here. This has been refreshing for me. I feel energized, and I am ready to get back to trading. So I hope this was useful, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Cheers. Bye.